exactly 21 years ago. In what I'd like to make evident, it wasn't a university decision. It was more or less one or two administrators at the point it was their decision. And I thought at the time I was there as an assistant coach, the feeling was by a few administrators at that time that they wanted to de-emphasize athletics as a whole. I mean, in other words, they felt the philosophy that in higher education institutions should just stick with higher education, and athletics should be restricted to intramural type sports. And so obviously that was their mindset at the time. Fortunately, the Board of Trustees had a different mindset. There was an announcement made in, I want to say November of that year, that hockey would be discontinued at Ferris. There was a Board of Trustees meeting. The next one scheduled was in February when they were going to vote on the issue. Obviously that gave 3 months to people to organize, for the community support to come out, and it was pretty evident during that 3-month period that Bulldog hockey was very special to the students, to the faculty, a lot of the administration, and to the community. And it wasn't a surprise at that meeting that that decision was reversed. It did have an impact on the program for a number of years. I think BG's gone through, Bowling Green has gone through a kind of a similar experience right now with Chris Bergeron, and I understand what he's going through. And it'll take some time, but you know, from there, I just thought it took a while. You know, that my next year was first year as head coach. I didn't think it took a little bit of time to kind of get over the perception that the program had been dropped, and it had an impact in recruiting, and we had to kind of repackage and resell it. But we didn't have to repackage it and resell it to our fans, and we were very fortunate during those years that we never lost our fan base. And we lost quite a few hockey games, but we never did lose the fan base, and I think slowly we turned it around and have built off of that.
Additional questions for Coach Daniels? Marty in front.
Coach, the same question for you that I had for the players. You feel like, you know, coming into this game as a perceived underdog, it will allow your team to play a little bit looser?
I don't think so. I think we are the perceived underdog, but I think the realization is we've got to play Boston College, and the fact that they're a very good team, we will not be able to play loose, and nor should we. We're going to have to be on top of our game. If we're going to have success, we got to be hitting 100%. We got to be right on top of our game. We can't vary from it. If we start, you know, freelancing, we're going to be in trouble. So we don't want them tight, and I don't want them mishandling pucks, and I don't want them scared. The same token, we can't go out there and play loose, because if we do, we're going to have big problems. So I don't think we'll be loose. I think there will be nervousness. It's easy today, right now, over 24 hours from the drop of the puck, to say, hey, the nerves are gone. But by the time we hit 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, the nerves are going to be back. And I know it, and the players will know it at the time. But I think the key is then, just like Chad, we will have to get through that first 10 minutes of the game and then try to settle into a rhythm.
Take one on the left, fourth row.
Al Daniel from the Bleacher Report. Coach, unless you count last night's empty netter, you've basically won all of your tournament games by a score of 2-1. How important will it be tomorrow night to make this another defensive battle?
Well, I think we'll have to, and there's been a lot of talk, and by myself, of BC's speed and their offensive abilities, but I'm not 100% sure, but I think they've only given up 1 goal themselves, so obviously they're doing very well defensively. And with that in mind and their ability to score, I think what we can't do is hand BC chances. And by that, I mean, anything that they get, we're going to have to try to make sure that they're going to have to earn. We can't have poor turnovers. We can't have, we can't allow easy plays, odd number rushes. And I think there will be a premium on playing defense for us, and it'll be necessitated by BC because of how well they play defensively too.